Welcome back to our channel where we uncover the rarest finds in the world of collecting. Get ready to embark on a journey as we showcase 7 super rare half dollars that are worth money, and spending them would be grave mistake. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 7. This is 1962 Franklin half dollar in MS66 condition. Comes with full bell lines. According to Heritage Auctions, the Franklin half dollar might have gone on for many years past 1962, but the year turned out to be the penultimate one for the design as the denomination was chosen to memorialize the assassinated John F. Kennedy. This uncommonly well-struck premium gem with full bell lines has understated yet colorful patina ranging from powder blue to rose violet over vibrantly lustrous surfaces. It was sold for $2,520. Number 6. Here is phenomenal 1964 proof Kennedy half dollar with accented hair. Graded as PR68 Deep Cameo by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, of the 3,950,762 proofs that the Philadelphia Mint struck for the first year 1964 Kennedy half dollar, Rick Tomaska, a guidebook of Franklin and Kennedy half dollars, 2018, estimates that only about 100,000 coins are of the accented hair variety. This brief type was terminated after Jacqueline Kennedy inspected the new half dollars bearing her husband's portrait at the request of Mint personnel. The former First Lady objected to some of the finer hair details and recommended changes, which eventually resulted in the revised Type 2 design. The easiest way to differentiate between the Type I and Type 2 designs is to look at the hair strands directly above Kennedy's ear. On the accented hair variety, 2 prominent strands in this area form a V shape that is not seen on Type 2 examples. Additionally, the Type I variety has a weak or broken lower left serif on the letter I in Liberty, as well as slight pitting and rounded edges to the shield on the eagle's breast on the reverse. This elusive specimen ended up selling for $6,000. Number 5. This is 1966 Kennedy half dollar in MS67 plus condition. A wonderfully original, vividly toned superb gem that really needs to be seen to be fully appreciated. Intense satin luster provides additional vibrancy to many of the colors, among which are shades of reddish rose, emerald green and champagne apricot. Thoroughly appealing in a Kennedy half dollar, and sure to be of keen interest to series specialists and toning enthusiasts alike. It was sold for $9,400. Number 4. This is 1973 D Kennedy half dollar struck over 1972 D Washington quarter. An error coin with MS67 grade from NGC. A dramatic 75-cent double denomination error. The head and wings of the eagle from the half dollar overlap Washington's portrait. Similarly, the head and wings of the eagle from the quarter emerge near Kennedy's ear. The half dollar mint mark is bold. The half dollar date is partial, but the upper curl of the 3 is present. The quarter date is readable near 6 o'clock on the half dollar reverse, and the quarter mint mark is apparent near the reverse rim at 4:30. It was sold for $11,750. Number 3. Here is 1950 Franklin half dollar in MS67 condition with full bell lines. According to Heritage, no mint sets were issued for the year 1950, resulting in few attractively toned half dollars in the upper reaches of mint state condition. This exquisitely toned, exceptionally lustrous half dollar is an exception. A superb gem in every sense of the words, the smooth, unmarked surfaces are vividly toned in circular bands of multicolored iridescence. Hues of lime green, ruby red, orange, blue, magenta, and tangerine gold cover both sides of the coin. The obverse displays intense tones and luster rim to rim, while the reverse is equally colorful, but with a larger center of blazing silver luster. It was sold for $12,925. Number 2. This is 1968's Kennedy half dollar in PR70 Deep Cameo condition. The 1968's proof Kennedy half dollar is a great rarity in PR70 Deep Cameo. This piece is fully struck and brilliant with stark white on black contrast. The surfaces are perfect. It fetched a sum of $21,600 at auction. Number 1. And this is 1964 Kennedy half dollar from Special Mint Set. This SMS example was graded as SP68 by PCGS. Stunningly rich and original velvety smooth surfaces are blessed with an almost brushed nickel gray color that serves to accentuate the bold strike and strongly incised features of the design, all of which serve to make these very special coins stand out from even proof 1964 Kennedy half dollars. The reverse is ever so slightly lighter in color, but no less bold, with only the barest hint of a light golden hue along the diagnostic squared-off wire rim. Thoroughly impressive and enchanting in every regard, and a true wonder to behold. It ended up selling for $156,000. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Welcome back to the channel. I've got something truly extraordinary lined up just for you. In this video, I'm going to unveil 7 rare and valuable euro coins that you probably didn't even know existed. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who's curious about the stories behind these hidden treasures, this video is for you. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 7. This is undated bimetallic €1 coin with 2 reverses. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS and provided with gold shield. A lovely, lustrous example of a stateless euro. Though it has been placed in France for auction, this coin does not reference a specific country, as it depicts common European reverse design on both sides shared by all member states. An interesting conversation piece regardless. It ended up selling for $1,560. Number 6. This is 2002 commemorative proof €400 coin from Spain. Graded as PR66 Ultra Cameo by NGC. Struck to commemorate 150th anniversary of the birth of Antonio Gaudí, a prominent Spanish architect. Comes just with trivial marks. Actual gold weight is 0.86 troy ounces. It was sold for $1,527.50. Number 5. This is 2007 Monaco Grace Kelly €2 coin. Why this coin is so valuable? According to Florinus, it was the rarest €2 commemorative coin between 2007 and 2014, mintage of 20,000 pieces. This commemorative coin was one of the main catalysts that were behind the rise of value in rare €2 coins. The coin appeared in circulation to commemorate the famous Princess of Monaco Grace Kelly in 2007. Around a decade ago, coin collectors purchased these coins for €120. Now the value of this coin stretches to €5,000 and beyond. Currently it is showcased for €3,899.95, which makes nearly $4,085.53 in US dollars. Number 4. Another error euro cent. A mule coin from Vatican. Extreme rare mint error with 2 reverses featuring the 20 cent on the obverse and 50 cent on the reverse. It was graded as MS64 by Annex. It show minor imperfections, but overall it is fully lustrous. It was sold for $2,875. Number 3. This is 2015 commemorative gold €200 coin from Vatican City. Uncirculated but ungraded coin featuring Pope Francis at prayer on obverse and allegory of prudence or wisdom on reverse. Weight of this non-circulating gold piece is 40 grams, and diameter 38.5 millimeters. Out of mintage of 499 pieces. It was sold for $3,120. Number 2. This 2019 gold €500 from France. Graded as PR70 Ultra Cameo by NGC. This commemorative piece is just one of 50 struck overall. Issued to honor the Mona Lisa, the pride of the Louvre. Includes box of issue and certificate of authenticity number 40. Serial number is also etched on the rim at 6 o'clock as 4050. Actual gold weight is 5 ounces. Coin is free of tone, haze or fog according to Stax Bowers. It was sold for $10,200. Number 1. And this is 2008 French Presidency of the European Union €100 coin from France. According to Heritage, an exemplary and expansive gold issue commemorating the assumption of France to the presidency of the EU in the second semester of 2008, with Nicolas Sarkozy becoming president in office of the European Council. Europa's iconic visage, executed in absolute pinpoint fashion, acts as an apotropaic device, bestowing her blessing upon this transition in power. Blinding flash whips the flan into shape, a festival of light that breaks free upon the pure frost of the devices. It was sold for $10,800. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hello dear coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this relatively short video we will show you 4 super rare Jefferson nickels you should not spend if you somehow find one. They are worth money. Hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 4. This is 1958 D. Jefferson nickel struck on a silver dime planchet. Graded in mint state 64 by NGC. The obverse is richly toned in variegated apple green and golden brown shades, while the reverse displays only light sea green and chestnut patina. The strike was aligned with the dies at 12:30, with E pluribus unum off the flan. The lower 3/4 of the date is present. It was sold for $1,265. Number 3. This is 1977 S-proof Jefferson nickel overstruck on a Roosevelt dime. An incredible double denomination error. Graded as PR68 Ultra Cameo by NGC. Double denomination errors are rare, and all the more so from proof dies. Even more significant about the present piece is its condition. According to Heritage Auctions, in PR68 Ultra Cameo, this 1977 S-proof nickel struck on a dime displays brilliant, dramatically contrasted devices and incredible depth of mirroring in the fields. The strike is almost perfectly centered on the dime, with the reeded edge of the dime fully intact all the way around. The border legends partially run off the flan but remain readable. Elements of the dime design can be seen in the fields, including portions of the reverse legends. I appeal is strong merely based on technical merits alone. The spectacular nature of the double denomination error is all the more intriguing. It was sold for $9,300. Number 2. Here is 1941 Jefferson nickel in PR68 condition. PCGS does not record a single Cameo example of the 1941 proof Jefferson nickel, and this piece is tied with 10 others as the finest non-Cameo at PCGS census. Lovely pastel toning on each side gives the interiors a lavender blue hue, seeding to gold, yellow, and mint green at the borders. Only the bottom step of Monticello exhibits any form of strike weakness. The preservation is virtually flawless. It was sold for $9,600. Number 1. And this is 1940 Jefferson nickel with reverse of 1938. Graded in PR68 by PCGS. Ice blue, pink, magenta, and apricot colors endow this well-struck and seemingly unimprovable PR68 specimen. Even close examination with a loupe fails to reveal any marks, hairlines, spots, or other distractions on either side. An amazingly original piece. According to Ron Guth and Bill Gale in their 2002 edition of United States Proof Sets and Mint Sets, the reverse of 1938, with wavy steps on Monticello, is currently approximately 50 times rarer than the reverse of 1940 variety. This rare gem ended up selling for $26,400. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hey coin collectors. Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this episode we will show you 8 rare and valuable pennies you should not spend in 2023. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's get started. Number 8. This is 1959 Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 red by PCGS. Doubling is not as evident as in 1969 or 1955 DDO cents, so you'll have to use decent magnifying glass or coin camera microscope to spot it on Motto and Go We Trust and Liberty. Most clearly seen on IBE. This lustrous MS66 red gem with pretty nice eye appeal ended up selling for $822.50. Number 7. Here is 1913 D Lincoln cent in MS65 plus red condition. CAC proven superb gem previously from Joshua and Ally Walsh collection. According to NGC, this issue is only moderately scarce in circulated grades, and enough mint state pieces have survived to meet the needs of most collectors. The census data reveal that this is also a relatively plentiful issue in fully red gem condition, something that rarely can be said of mint mark cents dated 1911-15. While fully struck pieces from fresh dies are scarce, extremely worn dies are not often seen for 1913 D cents. The reverse dies may be more worn than their obverse companions, as their use could continue beyond the year in which they were made. MS66 specimens are considered rare. This MS-65 Plus specimen was sold for $3,362.49 with buyer's fee. Number 6. Here is 1994 Lincoln cent with double die reverse. Graded as MS-66 Red FS 801 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, a lustrous, pinkish red gem with none but a few extremely minor blemishes scattered about. First reported by James Mattaliano, this DDR of the 1994 Lincoln cent exhibits pronounced doubling to the final 3 columns on the Lincoln Memorial. This rarity was sold for $2,875. Number 5. This is 1963 D Lincoln cent in MS-67 red condition. According to Jamie Hernandez from PCGS. The 1963 D Lincoln cent is the toughest Lincoln cent from 1930 to date to find in MS-66 red condition, even tougher than the 1931 S in MS-66 red. The second toughest Lincoln cent in MS-66 red after 1930 is the 1962 D, and with the 1973 S being the third toughest in MS-66 grades. Most 1963 D Lincoln cents are found with nicks, specks, spots and scratches. They are also very weakly struck and are very dull and lackluster in their appearance. A few coins can be found with some decent luster, but more than likely, the coin will be plagued by one of the other aforementioned defects. MS-67 specimens are rare and fetch pretty nice premiums. This one was sold for $2,820. Number 4. Here is 1927 S Lincoln cent in MS-64 Plus red condition. Comes with CAC approval. According to NGC, this is another issue which is typically found from worn dies, though there are enough well-struck pieces that they may be found with patience. The coin illustrated is reveals a fresh obverse die paired with a moderately worn reverse. Finding a 1927 S cent struck from matching fresh dies is a rarity, though it seems to be more likely than for the S mint cents of the preceding several years. Fully red examples are very rare, regardless of numeric grade, and these coins tend to have a dull, subdued red color. This one was sold for $7,918.88 with buyer's fee. Number 3. Here is 1981 Lincoln cent struck on a 1981 half dollar. Graded in mid-state 64 by PCGS. A one-sided cent strike is centered on the half dollar host coin. The half dollar forms a prominent die cap bowl shape, distorting the reverse design. No element of the reverse Lincoln cent design is present, suggesting that this piece was struck between an obverse cent die and a piece of cloth or other material. Satiny surfaces display nickel gray color. It was sold for $13,200. Number 2. This is 1943 S Lincoln cent struck on a Type 1 dime planchet. Circulated error coin in a grade of AU53 given by NGC. Nearly all 1943 S cents were struck on zinc-plated steel planchets. A few were struck on copper planchets left over from stock intended for 1942 dated dies, and those pieces are out of the price range of most collectors. A different wrong planchet error, seen on the present lot, is more collectible. This cent is struck on a 90% silver, 10% copper dime planchet. The planchet never made it through the upset mill, and thus incompletely struck areas of the border are nearly level with the field. The strike is generally sharp, since silver is a soft metal, and a dime planchet is only slightly smaller than a cent planchet. It was sold for $14,100. Number 1. This is 1926 S Lincoln cent in MS-64 Plus red condition. According to NGC, the San Francisco Mint registered low mintage numbers for most denominations in 1926, and the reason for this is unknown. Perhaps that facility was undergoing some sort of renovations that year. The typical 1926 S displays poor details from moderately to heavily worn dies on one of both sides. The coin illustrated is truly exceptional in that it was struck with fresh dies. Fully red examples, regardless of grade or strike, are very rare. Most such coins will have subdued shade of red that is nothing like the fiery color of a 1926 P cent. Well-worn examples are common despite the low mintage, as collectors were attracted to this magical number and hoarded every example they could find from the mid-1930s through the 1950s. Pieces in the higher circulated grades are scarce and command good prices. This one was sold for $46,000. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to smash thumbs up and subscribe buttons before you watch another video on YouTube. Until the next time, stay well. Hey everyone. Welcome back to Coin Oz. In this video I'm going to show you 4 super rare pennies that have potential of changing your financial game for good. They are worth a fortune. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's dive in. Number 4. This is 1951 Lincoln cent in PR67 deep cameo condition. Deep cameo is a designation that is given to a proof or specially struck bullion or commemorative coin featuring stark contrast between frosty device elements and mirror-like fields. According to NGC, 1951 proofs only rarely have the satiny or semi-brilliant finish more commonly seen on 1950 proof cents. Most of this year are fully brilliant, with a modest percentage showing varying degrees of cameo contrast. Deep cameo specimens are highly elusive. This one was sold for $70,312.50 with buyer's fee. Number 3. Here is 1914 Lincoln cent in PR67 red condition. CAC proven superb gem. A CAC sticker, in the context of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, stands for Certified Acceptance Corporation. CAC is a third-party grading service that evaluates and certifies the quality and authenticity of coins. CAC experts examine the coins independently, looking for certain criteria that indicate exceptional quality. They pay particular attention to factors like the coin's strike, luster, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. Without the boost provided by the new Buffalo nickel of 1913, sales of minor proof sets, cents and nickels, declined in 1914. This date is somewhat scarcer than the more plentiful 1910 and 1913 cents. Fully red gems are especially elusive. This one was sold for $126,562.50 with buyer's fee. Number 2. Here is 1922 No D wheat penny with strong reverse. Graded in mint state 64 red by PCGS and further confirmed by CAC. According to NGC, the erosion of the obverse die, perhaps in combination with the mint mark cavity catching grease or other debris, led to the coining of numerous 1,922 dated cents at Denver that revealed no mint mark. This popular oddity is not a true variety, as the obverse die began its term normally and then deteriorated to the point that its mint mark vanished. It is actually a die state, and as such should command little attention, but early publicizing of these defective coins by Maurice Charlac and other dealers cemented its place in United States coin collecting. Examples displaying full red color are extremely rare. This red specimen ended up selling for $253,125 with buyer's fee. And here is 1955 Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Yet another rare gem with CAC approval. Graded in mint state 65 plus red by PCGS. According to NGC, this is by far the most dramatic double die variety in United States coinage and certainly the most highly sought. It is believed to have occurred during the fall, when a severe shortage of cents drove the Philadelphia Mint to extreme measures that included working 12-hour days. An estimated 24,000 examples were coined, but this figure is merely a reconstruction that can never be proved. Examples are quite scarce in mint state, and fully red gems are very rare. The overall poor quality of 1955 p cents in general certainly contributed to the lack of high-grade survivors. Also a factor was the coin hobby's slow reaction to the desirability of this variety, which sold for a very modest premium until about 1960, when it finally took off in a big way. This rare cent ended up selling for $287,156.25 with buyer's fee. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating and daily updating coin-related content. Take care. Welcome to another episode featuring highly elusive pinnacles of modern U.S. coinage. In this video we are going to look into 4 super rare Washington quarters that are worth money. So without further ado, let's dive in. Subscribe. Number 4. This is 1976 D bicentennial quarter dollar with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. Die doubling is seen on Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and to some extent on the date. Collectors and numismatists often find double die error coins fascinating, and they can be quite valuable, depending on their condition and rarity. The 1976 D25C double die obverse quarter is considered a relatively scarce error, and its value can vary significantly depending on factors such as the severity of the doubling, the overall condition of the coin. If you have a 1976 D25C double die obverse quarter, it is essential to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service to determine its value accurately. This error quarter dollar ended up selling for $8,400. Number 3. Here is 1932 D Washington quarter in MS65 condition. The Washington design was introduced on the quarter in 1932 and the Denver Mint struck a small production of 436,800 pieces of the new design, making the issue an elusive key in this popular series. According to Heritage Auctions, this spectacular gem displays sharply detailed design elements and lustrous, well-preserved surfaces, with outstanding eye appeal. PCGS has graded only 2 numerically finer examples. This one was sold for $11,400. Number 2. This is 1934 D quarter dollar with medium motto. Graded in mint state 67 by PCGS. A CAC label further cements the desirability of this coin in a technical sense, but no number can describe its qualitative beauty. Pale blue and pastel yellow tints wash over silver-based surfaces. The obverse also has intermittent specks of orange and reddish brown, most visibly at the upper and lower right rims. A couple of tiny, shallow reed marks at Washington's lower neck attract notice only because the rest of the coin is so extraordinarily clean. It was sold for $14,100. Number 1. And here is attractively toned 1941 Washington quarter in MS68 condition. Enchanting superb gem backed up by a CAC green label testifying to its outstanding eye appeal. Deep reddish brown, orange, and gold peripheral toning seeds to intensely lustrous yet subtly frosted silver centers. While the design features are a tad short of a full strike, most of Washington's hair and the eagle's breast feathers are well defined. Both sides are immaculately preserved. It was sold for $18,800. Thanks for watching this episode. Have a good one. Hey coin collectors. Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this episode we will show you 8 rare modern US coins worth a lot of money. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's get started. Number 8. This is 1915's wheat penny in MS65 red condition. Graded in mint state 65 red by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, full red examples of the 1915's Lincoln cent are much scarcer than most other dates of the era. Gem red examples are particularly scarce, and finer examples are rare. This satiny example is well struck and displays original copper-orange color. A few tiny pepper specks attest to the originality. It was sold for $7,800. Number 7. Here is 1937 Washington quarter in PR68 condition. While the first proof Washington quarters, struck in 1936, are the most famous of their series, the second-year issue of 1937 presents significant challenges as well. With a net mintage of only 5,542 pieces, high-grade examples are challenging and grades above PR67 are prohibitively rare. Both sides of this quarter show rich, colorful patina, sea green along much of the outer margins with vivid blue and gunmetal hues on the interior. The bright reflectivity shines throughout the fields. It was sold for $7,637.50. Number 6. Here is 1952's Jefferson nickel in MS67 condition with full steps. A remarkably well-preserved superb gem example of this San Francisco issue, showing virtually flawless fields with just a few small marks evident on Jefferson's portrait. A tingle of light golden toning accents the satiny mint luster. In full steps, the 1952's is a major rarity in MS67, with no such pieces known finer at PCGS. It was sold for $7,800. Number 5. Here is 1911 Lincoln cent in PR66 red condition. The 1911 matte proof Lincoln cent is twice as scarce in red condition as the 1910. Red examples are seldom offered in any grade, and those in PR66 are decidedly rare, particularly with CAC endorsement. This example displays satiny copper gold luster and razor-sharp detail, with only a few microscopic pepper specks visible in the right obverse field with a loop. It was sold for $8,700. Number 4. This is 1943 D Washington quarter with attractive toning. Graded in mint state 68 by PCGS. The 1943 D. Washington Quarter claims a mintage of just over 16 million pieces, and the issue was not heavily saved by contemporary collectors. Certainly none of the known survivors can match the quality and appeal of the coin offered here. PCGS reports just 5 examples in this lofty grade, including this gem. Vibrant luster invigorates this spectacular MS-68 specimen, and a bold strike leaves razor-sharp definition on the design elements. Crimson, forest green, and yellow gold patination is much deeper and more extensive on the obverse. Immaculately preserved throughout. It was sold for $11,750. Number 3. This is 1940 Jefferson nickel with Revere of 1938. Proof gem in PR68 condition. The reverse of 1938 is identified by the mushy steps on Monticello, contrasting with the reverse of 1940, which has sharply defined individual steps. The reverse of 1938 variety is by far the rarer of the two in proof format, being scarce in any grade and rare at the superb gem level. Delicate lavender and butterscotch toning paints a pastel blanket across the mirrored fields and sharp, satiny devices. No imperfections are seen. It ended up selling for $11,700. Number 2. Here is 1914 Lincoln cent in PR67 red condition. Satiny and well preserved, showing uniform copper-orange color and no distracting contact marks or spots. Detail is razor sharp. The 1914 matte proof Lincoln cent is minutely more plentiful than the 1912 proof, but it is somewhat scarcer than the 1913 proof. This elusive specimen ended up selling for $16,800. Number 1. And the most valuable lot of this episode. 1943 Lincoln cent struck on a bronze planchet. Graded as AU50 by PCGS. AU stands for about uncirculated, meaning this coin was briefly circulated or handled. The rare mint errors became legendary when nationwide rumors surfaced in the late 1940s that Henry Ford would give a new car to anyone who could find him a 1943 copper cent. The rumors were false, but they made the 1943 bronze cent an overnight sensation. When a few bronze cents actually turned up in circulation in 1947, they inspired numerous ads and stories in magazines and comic books throughout the 1950s and 60s. The publicity engendered by these coins captured the imagination of the general public to a high degree. In 1943, the United States was heavily involved in World War II, and there was a shortage of copper, a critical material needed for various wartime efforts. To conserve copper for the war, the U.S. Mint switched from using copper planchets to zinc-coated steel planchets for producing pennies. However, a small number of bronze planchets meant for 1942 pennies were accidentally left in the production process and were struck with the new 1943 steel dies. This resulted in a very limited number of 1943 pennies being minted in bronze instead of steel. This highly sought-after error penny fetched a sum of $240,000. That's all, folks. Your likes and comments are highly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. We have daily updating numismatic content for you. God's will, see you in the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, coin enthusiasts and collectors, welcome back to our channel. I'm thrilled to have you join me today for another exciting journey into the fascinating world of numismatics. In today's video, we're going to embark on an exhilarating quest to uncover 8 rare and valuable US coins that command significant premiums at auctions. So hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 8. This is 1951 S Washington Quarter in MS-68 condition. Attractively toned specimen housed inside an NGC holder. The mottled, multicolored toning that adorns both sides of this exquisite ultra gem suggests decades spent in an original mint set holder. The surfaces are fully frosted and so carefully preserved as to approach numismatic perfection. It was sold for $1,020. Number 7. A pattern and error coin in 1. 1977 pattern Liberty dollar overstrack on a Sacagawea dollar. Ungraded coin in uncirculated condition. Obverse of a coin depicts Liberty cap portrait with Liberty above, date 1977 below, stars at border arranged 6 left, 7 right, motto In God We Trust in lower left field. On the reverse, eagle flying over sun with field of stars within rays, legend United States of America above, denomination $1 below, marked copy at left. The designer's initials FG appear on both sides. It was sold for $576. Number 6. Here is 1951 Washington quarter dollar struck on a Lincoln cent planchet. Graded in mint state 64 brown by NGC. Liberty was struck almost totally off the flan. Motto and the date are partially impressed. Device elements on the reverse are mostly soft, letterings are distorted. This error quarter fetched a sum of $2,640. Number 5. This is 1952 Lincoln cent in MS67 red condition. The 1952 Lincoln cent is very scarce in MS67 condition, and numerically finer coins are virtually unobtainable. This magnificent superb gem offers well-detailed design elements and impeccably preserved original red surfaces that radiate vibrant mint luster from both sides. Overall PCGS population is comprised of 38 cents in that grade as of October 6, 2023. This specimen ended up selling for $2,585. Number 4. Here is 1951 D Lincoln cent struck on a silver dime planchet. Graded in mint state 64 by PCGS. An impressive off-metal wheat cent in nice mint state. According to Heritage Auctions, because a dime planchet is smaller than a cent planchet, the peripheral strike is incomplete. Within God we trust partial and blurry. E pluribus unum is also softly defined. The date and mint mark are bold. A broad, well-defined rim is noted near 7 o'clock. It was sold for $3,840. Number 3. Here is 1934 Washington quarter with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, a fully frosted, virtually brilliant example with a bold to sharp strike throughout. The 1934 double die obverse ranks as one of the most spectacular mint errors of the 20th century. Although it is many multiples rarer than the 1955 double die obverse cent, it often commands lower premiums, placing it within the reach of many Washington quarter specialists. Fivas and Stanton estimate a population of just between 251 and 500 examples. It was sold for $7,800. Number 2. This is 1946 S Lincoln cent in MS67 plus red condition. Given that its mintage approaches 200 million pieces, the 1946 S will never be rare in typical mint state. But in the MS67 plus red grade, the issue acquires conditional significance, since only 25 pieces have attained that level at PCGS with none finer. A sharply struck and unabraded orange-red superb gem. It was sold for $16,800. Number 1. And here is 1945 Lincoln cent in MS67 plus condition. According to NGC, this was the second year of shell case cent production, so called because some of the metal used was obtained from brass cartridge cases recovered from military training facilities. The only real difference between these coins and the pre-war composition was the omission of tin in the alloy. Since this typically comprised only 1% of the total mass, its absence is not evident from visual inspection. The 1945 Lincoln cent is a semi-tough date to find in MS66 grade or higher. Remarkably, the Philadelphia issue of this year is scarcer in high grade than either of the branch mint dates. This plus designated superb gem is among the finest at PCGS, an important acquisition for the competitive registry set collector. The surfaces are vibrantly lustrous, with lilac and olive hues emerging from the coppery red patina. The strike is sharp and just a single, tiny carbon speck is detected, in the field behind Lincoln's shoulder. It was sold for $20,400. Thanks for watching this episode till the end. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons below this video. And comment if you have such rare coins. Stay well.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our numismatic channel. Today I'll be discussing 7 rare US coins that you should consider keeping rather than spending, as they may potentially increase in value in the future. Hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 7, this is 1919 OS Lincoln cent in PR68 red condition. Comes with deep Cameo designation from coin grading service of PCGS for high contrast between liquid-like fields and frosty reliefs. Among Lincoln Memorial cents, the 1919 OS is the only missing mint mark proof variety, and the PR68 deep Cameo PCGS coin, such as a present piece, is generally hotly contested by cent collectors. This one was sold for $2,760. Number 6 here is 1976 S Jefferson nickel in PR70 deep cameo condition. According to Heritage Auction, this white and black representative is devoid of toning and free of flows. The strike is full and the contrast is exceptional. It was sold for $4,230. Number 5 here is 1951 Lincoln cent in PR68 red cameo condition. This 1951 cent is tied with one another as the finest cameo at PCGS. A single dip cameo at the service falls short at PR67 red. This virtually pristine registry set coin is boldly struck and starkly contrasted, showing rich copper orange color and deeply mirrored fields, completely carbon-free. It was sold for $987.50. Number 4, this is 1946 Jefferson nickel struck on a war nickel planchet, heavily circulated coin with fine 12 grade given by PCGS. From late 1942 through 1945, nickels were struck on silver alloy planchets to conserve copper and nickel for the war effort, including use in manufacturing ammunition casings and gun barrel linings. This 1946 nickel was struck on a leftover war nickel planchet and displays a distinct antique silver patina when compared to copper nickel coins of the same date. It was sold for $9,600. Number 3. Here is 1944 Lincoln cent struck on an experimental planchet graded in Mint State 62 by PCGS. During World War II, copper was an important munitions alloy, while silver was not. For example, silver was added to the wartime Jefferson nickel alloy while copper and nickel were removed. One can speculate that the present cent was intentionally struck as a part of an effort to replace unsuitable 1943 steel cent alloy, yet reduce the copper content of 1944 cents. In any event, this coin exists in its possibly unique silver-copper alloy. It is lustrous and nicely struck with unmarked surfaces and light golden brown toning. The reverse has a railroad rim near 9 o'clock. It ended up selling for $19,200. Number 2, this is 2001 P Sacagawea dollar mated pair with magnetic 5-gram planchet. A remarkable mated pair mint error that requires elaborate explanation. A wrong metal planchet was mixed in with Sacagawea dollar planchets to be fed between Sacagawea dollar dies. The off-metal planchet was similar to Jefferson nickel planchet with a silvery color and weight of 5 grams, but magnetic and presumably with more nickel than the usual 75% copper, 25% nickel Jefferson alloy. The off-metal planchet, which became coin number 1 in this mated pair, was fed directly on the top of Sacagawea dollar reverse die cap and broad-struck between the obverse die and the reverse die cap. Coin number 1 indented most of the upper half of the obverse of coin number 2, which has normal reverse. This lot of mated pair ended up selling for $20,400. Number 1, and here is phenomenally toned wartime quarter dollar, 1943 Washington quarter in MS68 condition, previously from George's Army collection according to Heritage. The large wartime mintage of this Philadelphia quarter was nearly 100 million coins, but this phenomenal MS68 example is tied with only 5 other pieces for the finest certified of the issue at the PCGS. Waves of iridescent color occupy both sides with gold, olive, crimson and indigo among them. It was sold for $23,000. That's all, folks. If you would like to delve deeper in the world of US coins, feel free to explore our other videos available on our YouTube main page. We appreciate your support and we look forward to seeing you again in our future content. Thanks and God's will until the next time.
Hey coin collectors. Welcome back to Coin Oz. In this episode I'm going to talk about 5 rare and valuable error dimes I'm sure most of you didn't even know existed. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's get rolling. Number 5. This is undated, 90% silver Roosevelt dime with fold-over strike. Graded in Mint State 66 full torch by NGC. According to Stax Bowers, a complex error that is at once visually dramatic, very rare and very desirable. The planchet was folded over on itself, the telltale seam where the two halves meet being clearly visible before, and partially through, Roosevelt's face. The ends of the fold are also clearly seen from the edge, with a small teardrop void at each end. The planchet has split under the stress about midway across the fold. Slightly off-center, but far better in this respect than most examples seen. Roosevelt's full head is on the flan, as is the entirety of the reverse's central motif. Sharply struck. Unfortunately, the metal flow has rendered the date invisible, but it is clearly on a 90% silver planchet, dating it prior to 1965. It was sold for $2,820. Number 4. This is 1973's Roosevelt dime triple struck with clash dies. Graded as PR68 Ultra Cameo by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, heavy clash marks are evident on each side. The planchet gradually expanded out of collar for each of the 3 strikes, resulting in planchet splits at 11 and 4 o'clock, relative to the obverse, with a few other, smaller splits elsewhere around the edge. The fields remain deeply mirrored, and the frosty devices are sharp. It ended up selling for $3,840. Number 3. This is 2002's Roosevelt dime with reverse die cap. Graded as PR67 Ultra Cameo by NGC. A fascinating error. The reverse impression is razor sharp within the base of a shallow cap, the planchet freeing itself, or being removed, from the reverse die after only a few additional impressions, likely 1 or 2. The other side of this cap also exhibits a razor sharp strike, from the obverse die. Both sides are brilliant with deeply reflective fields supporting frosty design elements. It was sold for $3,360. Number 2. Here is 1968 Roosevelt dime struck on a 90% silver planchet. Circulated error dime in AU55 condition. This piece circulated only briefly before it was saved and recognized for its special nature. Exactly how a 90% silver planchet was struck in 1968 is a mystery, but the weight is consistent with the old silver planchets rather than the new clad composition. An examination of the edge shows no reddish line to suggest a copper core. Unusually well detailed for the issue, a further clue. It was sold for $5,750. Number 1. And this is famous transitional error from Roosevelt dime series. 1965 10-cent piece struck on a silver planchet leftover from 1964. Graded in mint state 62 by PCGS. Bright silver with a trace of toning on the lower reverse and lustrous throughout. While seemingly innocuous, this is all the usual appearance of a typical silver Roosevelt dime, but the date of 1965 is when the clad sandwich metal coinage began. There are a few of these known off-metal, old planchet strikings, but very few. Especially in mint state, as these would easily have slipped into circulation unnoticed as silver coins dominated the coins in circulation for a few years after the clad coins were launched in 1965. Similar in error to the famed 1943 copper cents, where a handful of leftover planchets were stuck in the hopper, and when coinage began in the new year, slipped into production unnoticed. One of the great mint errors of the 1960s and an important and rare coin for the specialist. It fetched a sum of $16,450 at auction. That's all, folks. Your likes and comments are highly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. We have daily updating numismatic content for you. God's will, see you in the next episode. Hey coin collectors. Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this episode we will show you 8 rare and valuable pennies you should look for in 2023. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's get started. Number 8. This is 1943-42 Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. According to Coin World, though it is a known die variety, and has been for many years, it has only ever been recognized for its die doubling. It is currently listed as such in the Cherry Picker's Guide by Bill Fivas and the late J.T. Stanton, variety FS 101-019.5, among the 1943 Lincoln cents. The misalignment of the designs between the 1942 dated hub and the 1943 dated hub pivots around a spot on the left obverse rim. Because of this swing, the coin shows only trivial doubling on the word Liberty close to the pivot point, but some fairly strong doubling almost due north and south at the base of the 1. There is similar doubling under the top curve of the 9 and along the right side the leg of the 9. This error penny ended up selling for $1,800 on September 26, 2023. Number 7. Here is 1938 Lincoln cent in PR67 plus red condition. According to Heritage, red examples of this proof issue are plentiful through PR66, but elusive in PR67 and unknown finer at PCGS. This plus designated piece is tied for finest at PCGS and CAC, making it the ideal registry coin. The strike is sharp, and the liquid-like fields show near perfect preservation. It ended up selling for $2,760. Number 6. Moving on with this 1916S wheat penny in MS65 red condition. The 1916S is a conditionally challenging San Francisco issue seldom encountered in full red. Red gems are particularly desirable, and virtually impossible to upgrade. The present apricot gold example displays dynamic luster and only trivial indications of carbon. The strike is good, and the eye appeal is strong. Encapsulated in a mid-1990s fatty holder. It was sold for $3,120. Number 5. This is 1918S Lincoln cent in MS65 red condition. Attractive, frosty luster engulfs this gem red example in uniform copper red luster with no obvious abrasions. Some minor dye wear is evident, but the peripheral details are still well brought up. A few flecks in the right obverse margin are the only obvious imperfection. The 1918S cent is rare in gem red condition, and this specimen fetched a sum of $9,600 at auction. Number 4. Here is 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent in MS65 plus red condition. Attractive key date Lincoln cent. A pleasing gem example of the Lincoln cent key, showing natural golden copper luster and bold design elements. A few faint pepper specks are arguably discernible with a loupe, but they are unseen to the naked eye. The golden leaning color is typical of the 1909 SVDB cent, as this issue does not naturally come with the deep orange-red hues seen on many later dates. It was sold for $11,100. Number 3. Here is 1936 Lincoln cent with brilliant finish. Graded as PR67 red by NGC. Following an absence of regular annual proof production for 2 decades, the Philadelphia Mint again struck proof coins from 1936 to 1942. The first 1936 proof cents and nickels had a satin finish, while later coins of those denominations as well as all silver proofs had the brilliant, mirrored finish that is most familiar to today's collectors. This superb gem is one of those brilliant proofs that is sharply detailed and has fully mirrored fields. The surfaces are bright red with a few trivial carbon flecks to limit the grade. It was sold for $13,800. Number 2. Here is 1997 D Lincoln cent in MS69 red condition. This modern cent is in the threshold of numismatic perfection. The condition or grade of the coin is a significant factor in determining its value. An MS69 grade indicates a coin in excellent condition. PCGS reported just 2 specimens in MS69 grade, including this specimen with none finer. It was sold for $18,562.50 with buyer's fee. Number 1. And this is 1969S Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 64 red by PCGS. A 1969S double die obverse cent will have strong and prominent doubling on the date. The doubling appears on a southeast direction and is more prominent on the date, the word liberty, and the words in God we trust. A true 1969S double die obverse cent today are extremely scarce. However, many new collectors confuse the 1969S double die obverse cents with machine doubling. Machine doubling is caused when the coin dies bounce as coins are struck. This occurs when the bolts holding the coin dies loosen. Machine doubling is very common and commands no premium. A true 1969S double die obverse cent will not have doubling on the mint mark, as the mint mark was punched into the die separately. On a machine doubled coin, the mint mark will be doubled along with most or all of the legends and devices. This MS64 red specimen fetched a sum of $71,499.38 with buyer's fee at auction. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hello coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly exciting lined up for you. In this video, we're diving into the world of numismatics to explore 8 rare and valuable Elizabeth II coins that have the potential to fetch you a handsome sum at coin auctions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a curious eye, you won't want to miss this episode. Subscribe. Number 8. This is 1978 Elizabeth II 10 cents from Bermuda. Graded as SP67 by PCGS. A copper nickel coin featuring young bust of late Queen Elizabeth II facing right, and Bermuda lily on the reverse. An enticing superb gem with superior striking quality and immaculate preservation. It was sold for $144 on September 13, 2023. Number 7. Here is 1959 Elizabeth II dollar from Canada. Graded in mint state 65 plus by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers. Colorful blooms of pastel iridescence swell across each side, becoming more vibrant and concentrated at the borders. Shades include bright sapphire, magenta, and pinkish russet hues depending on the angle of the light. The luster is overall soft and silken, delightfully unbroken by abrasions or noteworthy friction of any worth. A truly gorgeous gem that ended up selling for $240. Number 6. Here is 1957 Elizabeth II 1 penny from Australia. Enchanting bronze pert mint beauty in PR66 red condition. A stupendous reverse-proof issue with mirrored devices smartly contrasting rich satin fields. Surface preservation is stellar, as rich copper red blends with a smooth apricot color that is particularly distinctive on the reverse. Extremely popular among Australian collectors, there are only 7 finer examples in the PCGS population report. This one was sold for $504. Number 5. An error coin from Canada. 1967 Elizabeth II dollar coin, double struck. Graded in mint state 62 by PCGS. Famed diving goose error is visible on both sides. This example offers gorgeous reflective and lustrous surfaces with light splashes of champagne, russet, and cobalt. Very attractive specimen that ended up selling for $1,920. Number 4. Here is 1985 Elizabeth II proof 5 pounds from Great Britain. Graded as PR69 Ultra Cameo by NGC. An alluring and charming representative in near-flawless preservation, this 5 pounds delivers much in the way of appeal and allure. Actual gold weight is 1.177 ounces. It was sold for $2,640. Number 3. This is 1980 Elizabeth II 5 pounds from Great Britain. Graded as PR69 Ultra Cameo by NGC. According to Numista, gold weight of this coin is 9,167 ounces. Obverse side depicts second crown portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, legend around. On the reverse we see St. George slaying the dragon right with date and designer's initials in exergue. This beautiful and essentially perfect representative delivers to the eye a rich cameo contrast, with much remaining detail across the surfaces. It was sold for $3,360 on September 14, 2023. Number 2. Here is 1953 Elizabeth II gold coronation medal from Great Britain. Graded in mint state 67 by NGC. A rather interesting and scarce unofficial coronation issue, especially in this gold format. The present example offers immensely majestic fields that radiate light and offer a slight frosting. The portrait of the young queen seemingly comes alive with great relief and detail. It fetched a sum of $33,600. Number 1. And this is 2023 Royal Succession Gold 1 ounce Britannia, the very last coin struck under Queen Elizabeth II. Graded in mint state 70 by NGC. The topmost position in Sheldon's coin grading scale. As the highest denomination in this series, this coin is perhaps most coveted specimen among the Royal Succession Britannia coinage offered in this sale. It is the pinnacle of the first chapter of the Britannia series that began in 1987 and also the capstone to all coins struck in the name of Her late Majesty. It was sold for $50,000. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on the fascinating world of collecting. Welcome back, numismatic enthusiasts, to another exciting journey through the world of rare and valuable coins. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating realm of American numismatics, as we unveil 7 rare US coins that every collector, investor, or coin enthusiast should keep a keen eye out for. So hit that subscribe button below, activate notifications, and let's get started. Number 7. This is attractively toned 1954's Roosevelt dime. The finest 1954's Roosevelt dimes are in MS68 full bands. PCGS lists just 5 coins this fine. This PCGS coin showcases a very nice mint luster cast and cocktail of various hues, accompanied with light circular rainbow toning around the rims. The strike is sharp and eye appeal is exceptional. It was sold for $1,560 on October 2, 2023. Number 6. Here is vividly toned 1943 D Jefferson nickel in MS67 condition with full steps. Metal composition of this wartime 5-cent piece is 56% copper, 35% silver and 9% manganese. Toning often occurs due to chemical reactions between the silver in the coin and substances in the environment. Silver reacts with sulfur compounds, which are present in the atmosphere, to form silver sulfide. This compound can manifest as various colors, including shades of brown, gray, blue, purple, or even rainbow-like hues, depending on the specific conditions. This toned specimen display mostly contact-free surfaces with fully struck Monticello steps on the backside. It ended up selling for $1,320. Number 5. This is something extraordinary. 2002 W-proof silver eagle with mesmerizing eye appeal. Graded as PR67 Deep Cameo by PCGS. Surfaces of the both sides are graced by neon blue, violet tones. Metal composition of alloy is 99.9% silver. This West Point masterpiece ended up selling for $1,200 on October 2, 2023. Number 4. Here is 1922 No D Lincoln cent with strong reverse. Graded as AU53 by NGC. According to Heritage, the 1922 No D is a challenging coin to locate in about uncirculated grades. The vast majority of known pieces are in low grades and few coins exist in mint state. The obverse is diagnostically mushy except for the final 2 in the date. The reverse is extra sharp. Glossy medium brown surfaces offer strong eye appeal. It was sold for $3,600. Number 3. This is 1965 Kennedy half dollar from Special Mint Set. Otherwise known as SMS half. Graded as SP67 by PCGS. The 1965 is the scarcest of the 3 Special Mint Set Kennedy halves in deep cameo strike quality. Around 50 submissions are categorized as such at PCGS, and less than 2 dozens of Tom are in this lofty superb gem grade. Brilliant, starkly contrasted cameo surface characterize this example. The strike is sharp, and the glimmering mirrors are pristine. It fetched a sum of $3,720. Number 2. Here is 1932 Washington Quarter in MS67 condition. The Washington Quarter was first issued to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It was the first design change for U.S. coins since 1916. It was somewhat of a novelty at the time of issue. However, 1932 was the depth of the Great Depression, so not a lot of uncirculated examples were initially saved. The coin was desirable nonetheless, and within a few years it was much hoarded. According to David Hall, most of the coins that were saved were sliders, i.e. coins that had seen a little circulation and would grade AU58 or so today. True gem MS65 or better 1932 Philadelphia quarters are actually fairly rare. In MS67 this is an extremely rare coin. This specimen was sold for $6,600 on October 2, 2023. Number 1. And here is 1944 Lincoln cent struck on a zinc-coated steel planchet. Graded as AU55 by NGC. According to Stax Bowers, while the inclusion of even a single 1944 steel cent would be the sign of a significant numismatic auction, we are pleased to be offering multiple examples of the Philadelphia Mint error, as well as examples of the even rarer Denver and San Francisco Mint errors, in our current sale of the John Whitney Walter collection. This is the second Philadelphia Mint example in the Walter collection, and it is a generally steel gray coin with most design elements boldly defined. Isolated softness of detail is noted for the centers and here and there around the peripheries. There are no marks of consequence, although we do note speckles of russet color that are associated with light carbon deposits. It was sold for $21,600. Thanks for watching this episode till the end. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons below this video. And comment if you have such rare coins. Stay well.
Hey coin collectors, good to be back with another episode featuring valuable and rare US coins. In today's video we are going to look into 8 highly elusive error coins that sell for good money at auctions. So without further ado, let's get started. Subscribe. Number 8. This is 1997 D. Lincoln cent struck on a foreign planchet, graded SMS 65 read by PCGS. Neither stacks powers nor PCGS explain for which coins this irregular sized planchet was intended. Nevertheless, it must be slightly smaller than penny blank, as some letters of the motto are struck off the flan. Central reliefs are sharply struck, so it was sold for $192. Number 7 here is 1990p Kennedy $, struck 20% off center towards 11 o'clock, graded in mean state 66 by NGC. Error coins are coins that have some sort of anomaly or mistake in their production, which can make them valuable to collectors. In this case, the error involves the coin being struck off center, meaning that the design is not properly centered on the coin, most likely due to die misalignment. This error $half ended up selling for $660. Number 6 here is 1983p Washington quarter broad struck and with partial brokerage, graded in mean state 65 by ANX. A brokerage error occurs when a coin is struck with another coin or the same coin that has already been struck, leaving an impression of one side of the coin on the other side. A partial brokerage error means that only a portion of one side of the coin has been affected by the error. To determine the specific value of your Washington quarter with partial brokerage error, it is advisable to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. This error quarter ended up selling for $168. Number 5. This is 1964 D. Lincoln cent struck on a silver dime planchet, graded in mean state 64 by PCGS. Well centered in strike, virtually the entire Lincoln design is evident despite the slight size differential between the cent dies and dime planchet. Only at the borders do we note a touch of softness, but even there, at least partial detail is evident to the design elements. Satiny and smooth with dusting of pale gold to otherwise light silver gray surfaces. It was sold for $1,920. Number 4. This is 1965 Washington quarter, struck on a 90% silver planchet. PCGS assigned EU details, as it comes with rim damage. A transitional wrong planchet error that's the result of an old standard 90% silver planchet, intended for the coinage of 1964, getting into the production cycle for 1965, or the 1965 coins that were to be struck on the new copper nickel clad blanks. Scarce and always in demand, it was sold for $5,040. Number 3 here is 1976 S bicentennial quarter double struck on a clad dime, highly elusive double denomination coin in PR67 Cameo condition. According to Heritage Auction, the struck clad dime was overstruck twice by proof 1976 S bicentennial quarter dies. The subsequent strikes have effaced the undertype design, but the diameter and reeded clad edge confirms the undertype. Between the two strikes from quarter die, the coin rotated 100 degrees counterclockwise relative to the obverse side. From the first quarter strike, we see Washington's Q within his hair from the first strike. On the reverse, the drummer's left-facing hand remains from the first strike. The coin has two small border splits at 7:30 and 10 o'clock, and traces of copper interior are apparent along the reverse border. It was sold for $9,000. Number 2 here is 1943p Jefferson nickel struck on a zinc-coated steel planchet, graded as AU55 by PCGS. According to Stacks Powers, an originally preserved example with both sides exhibiting ruddy pewter and olive grey patina. The strike is flush to the upper left obverse border, lower left reverse border. The right peripheral device is mostly off the planchet, but the base of all 4 digits in the date is kernable to support PCGS 1943 attribution. Those design elements that are fully present are sharp, and the eye appeal is strong. associated by the date with the famous 1943 bronze Lincoln cent. This wrong planchet error is also desirable due to its brevity of the wartime silver alloy Jefferson nickel series of 1942 to 1945. It was sold for $2,640. Number 1, and this is 2001 D Lincoln cent milled with Roosevelt dime reverse, graded in Mint State 65, read by PCGS. A mule is a coin struck from mismatched dies. In the long history of US Mint, only a few dozen mules are known, and many are unique. Among the many mule possibilities in American numismatics, the Lincoln cent Roosevelt dime mule is most likely to occur. The diameter for cent 90 mm and dime 80 mm are close, and both types have high annual mintage, often a billion or more pieces. Nonetheless, mules are great rarities. This illustrates fire red gem with noticeable contact. The upper half of obverse and the reverse field near the base of the torch exhibit distribute minuscule flecks. It fetched a sum of $66,000 at auction. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating and daily updating coin related content. Have a nice day.